Welcome back to Inside Track. I'm Stephanie Rule. When you talk about the food culture on Wall Street, some use a very specific term to describe traders: seagulls. These folks work hard all day and night, so you know they're going to stay hungry. And I've been talking to dozens of guys on the street about how they keep that blood sugar going throughout the trading day. And we hit 3 spots around New York City the traders use to get their 3 square meals a day. And we're going to begin with breakfast. And I'm going to give you a hint. It sure ain't a yogurt parfait, so check it out.
Some people like fine wine, some people like beautiful women. A trader on a Friday morning likes a breakfast pie. That looks delicious. And tell me about the order you normally get.
We get from a gentleman that works for Nomura Securities, and he usually orders spontaneously at least 10 to 15 pies every Friday morning.
And what's in the breakfast pie?
Breakfast pie gets eggs and cheese, and it also gets whatever topping the customer chooses.
This is the Wall Street special. We got egg, we got cheese, we got bacon, we got sausage. They don't call it a special order for nothing. And Tribeca, this is a little bit of a hipster neighborhood, but did you think this would end up being a Wall Street place?
So much of our foundation and our ownership, our friends, is in the finance world. But thank you to Goldman Sachs for moving into the neighborhood. And that was delightful. I was completely unaware of that whole food culture of the mass seagull eating and having to have it right here, right now.
I'm headed to the kitchen to see this famous hideaway burger that all the boys are talking about. Hand-cut fries, a beautiful cheeseburger. See if it's worth the hype. That's an upmarket burger, no doubt. Smith & Wollensky's is known to be one of Wall Street's favorite restaurants, and you are Wall Street's favorite waiter.
Nice to see you again.
How long have you been here?
24 years I've been here.
When a bunch of guys from the street come in, do you know they're guys from the street? Can you tell?
Absolutely.
How?
Just the way they walk, the way they talk.
If you see a trader walk in here and sit down for dinner, what does he eat? What does he drink?
Red wine and probably Cajun ribeye and lamb chops.
How about on the side?
Lobster.
Lobster on the side?
On the side.
That's not a healthy guy.
Oh, 1 day a week, you can afford it. We use the best wine. Our steaks are all dry aged. We age it on premises, and everything is phenomenal.
Is this a crowd that wants to drink all night, or they can't wait for dessert?
Dessert is not a high priority.
When there's a really bad time in the market, does the mood feel dark here, or do people leave the bad market to the door?
Oh, those are the days I stay home.
1 day a week, he could afford it. That's Danny Collins. This man is a well-known trader to all guys on the street. And one part that we left out, this guy actually left Smith & Wollensky's for a short period of time to become a broker himself. And guess what? He went right back because he loves traders' hospitality. He doesn't like them as a client.
This seems like a guy's Wall Street diet. You worked on Wall Street. What's the women's diet?
Basically that. And one thing we didn't have, the Hideaway is a really well-known place, in part because it's named after a bar that was at Duke University. And Duke is a breeding ground for guys in the street. So people flock to this joint, not just for their burgers, but for something called picklebacks. It's a shot of Jameson followed by a shot of pickle juice. And I'm going to tell you something.
Whoa.
It's delicious.
So it makes sense now why you did that story with J-Core, right? Because they have to work off all that.
You got to work it off if you're going to eat like that.
I want to go back to, is it Danny Sullivan? Is that
Danny Collins, side of lobster.
Side of lobster. So if you can afford it, what is he talking about? Can you afford it financially, or can your arteries afford it?
That is a good point. But he said when the market turned, people are still eating there. Bonus day, they're eating there. When they're down, they're eating there. It's just a place to go. And what else is really nice? He talked about it being a rite of passage. He said, you see guys from a desk bring their young guy in for their first Smith & Wally's dinner. It's inspirational. I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, a true Wall Street culture story.
Comfort food.
Meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Love it.
Hey, I'm on that program.
Yes.
All right, everybody. How to eat like a trader. Who else better to tell you that than our own Stephanie Rule? Coming up next on Inside Track, as more advertising goes online, what's that going to